Every time you take a breath, you are potentially inviting an invisible threat responsible for 1 in 9 deaths globally. We are tracking the locations where this risk is highest, so let us know in the comments which city you are watching from right now. The major driver of these deaths is PM 2.5. These airborne particles measure 2.5 microns or less in diameter, small enough that they are often a byproduct of heavy infrastructure, like truck exhaust and coal-fired power plants. Once inhaled, these particles cross directly into the bloodstream. This biological intrusion leads to systemic damage, manifesting as heart attacks in adults and chronic respiratory infections or asthma in children. There is another common threat produced by combustion. Which highly reactive gas is a primary marker of traffic-related air pollution? That would be nitrogen dioxide, or NO2. We often associate these pollutants with famous, sprawling megacities like Los Angeles, but the highest concentrations frequently occur in smaller, industrial-heavy urban centers. Because these gases and particles are invisible to the eye, the world's most dangerous air is currently affecting millions of people in locations that rarely make global headlines. In Lahore, Pakistan, the crisis is visible. 14 million residents live in a city that recently recorded a hazardous air quality index of 412. This level of pollution is driven by a combination of rapid urbanization, dense traffic, and the use of lower-grade fuels in a region with limited public transportation. To the east, New Delhi faces a recurring toxic winter smog. The air quality becomes so severe that the city deploys specialized vehicles to spray water mist, attempting to knock pollutants out of the air. This is a regional pattern. Of the 100 most polluted cities globally, 74 are located in India. However, high readings can appear in unexpected places. Cove, a coastal town in Ireland, recently registered a severe 208 AQI, likely due to localized industrial activity or weather stagnation. Geography provides no permanent shield. In 2023, smoke from Canadian wildfires drifted thousands of miles south, blanketing New York City in a dense orange haze. It raises the question, can wildfire smoke cross an entire ocean? The answer is yes. These particles can persist in the atmosphere for up to 2 weeks, traveling across the Atlantic. Air pollution is a mobile contagion. Wealth and distance do not stop the movement of toxic air across borders. In 2025, the highest annual average PM 2.5 levels were recorded in Loni, India. The air here exceeds the World Health Organization's safe limit by 22-fold. The pollution here is a specific mixture, a combination of industrial emissions, seasonal crop burning, and smoke from traditional brick kilns. Reducing these sources requires design changes. In Nepal, brick kilns were rebuilt using zigzag technology, a move that reduces coal consumption and particulate emissions. This chart details annual emissions from the Bokaro steel plant. Data reveals the sinter plant and coke ovens are the largest sources of these pollutants. These outputs carry a human cost, linked to thousands of missed workdays and new childhood asthma cases. With 90% of the world breathing air that fails safety standards, the health burden is immense. But data also shows that these trends are reversible. The first step toward a solution is identifying the exact localized source of the pollution. In 2008, New York City found that residential buildings using sulfur-heavy heating oil were a major source of local air pollution. The city implemented the 2010 Clean Heating Law to phase out this fuel. Since then, the policy has prevented an estimated 290 premature deaths and nearly 600 emergency department visits for asthma every year. Beijing followed a similar path. To address its infamous smog, the government subsidized a transition for households, moving them from coal-based heating to natural gas. The results were rapid. Beijing recorded a 36% reduction in its annual PM 2.5 levels in just 5 years. Quick check. Do you remember which fuel Beijing used to replace coal for residential heating? The answer is natural gas. Managing this threat requires hyper-local data from air quality monitors. This allows leaders to track specific pollutants and measure the effectiveness of interventions in real time. Awareness is the first step towards clean air. Share this video to help others understand the geography of this crisis, and subscribe for more evidence-based reporting. We do not have to accept a world where breathing is a health risk. By acting on the data, we can design cities where clean air is a reality for everyone.